Alright, welcome back to the channel where we review all this tech goodness for your benefit to show you what things are like when we unbox them and review them and give you our thoughts. Now straight into it, this is the Neewer CM28. Now the reason I wanted to review this is because apparently this rivals the likes of the DJI Mic and the Rode Wireless Go, but for substantially less price. So I thought, you know what, it'd be good to unbox it, see what it's like, test it out. I purchased it from Amazon for about 110, 120 Australian dollars. It was on sale at the time as well, so that's probably what, 80 US dollars depending on the exchange rate, and this was the full package. So this came with the wireless charging case, and there are supposed to be lavalier mics in there as well. So substantially cheaper than the competitors. And let's just see if it lives up to what everyone's saying about it. And we will just unbox it. There's a nice plastic around it. There we go. I also really like how it's got the yellow interior. Real point of differentiation for Neewer to not just be your usual black microphones. Now around the box we can see it has, what does it say? Built-in battery, thank you for that. Stereo IPS wireless, 2 receivers and 1 transmitter. Sorry, 1 receiver, 2 transmitters. Oh, it's actually very nice the way it opens. It kind of just flicks open like that. Ooh, it's like a little present. I like that a lot. And Neewer Pro wireless microphone system with portable charging case. Alright, so this is what we get on the inside. This is a hefty book. That is, geez, it's a neat little package how it fits perfectly, but look, if anyone is going to read all of that, let's have a quick look. Oh, it's in French is the first language. Did I miss English? Yep, English, there we go. Okay, so it's got all the description, all the details. You can use it on a camera, smartphone, a whole heap of functions that I will get to in a moment. Now, silica. Before I get to the main, let's see what's going on in here. Here is a carry case. So that's pretty cool. It comes with a carry case. Okay, so that is the windshield to put on top of it. Highly useful. 2 windshields for my 2 mics. Alright, that is your camera cable to plug it into your camera, which will go into the transmitter. Here is the USB-C charging, and also if you want to plug into your PC. There is the USB-C charging port again, another one. What else have we got in here? It's like a lucky dip. Oh, there we go. There's my lavaliers. To be honest, I had a feeling that they just wouldn't send them because it's quite rare to have these included in the package, but there we go. We have a Lav Mic 1, Lav Mic 2, and more silica gel. So that's everything that you get. So in this little package, you have your 1 Lav Mic, 2 Lav Mics, camera cable, windshields, and 2 USB-C cables. Great. So there's plenty in there. And then the package itself is here. Okay, so it's in this nice little plastic. Let's just move everything out of the way. We know what's in here already. And here is the box itself. Now, it's a great size. I don't have the biggest of hands. It's probably, less than 10 centimeters. I don't know what that is in inches. And it's not heavy at all, so quite portable, which I like. It's not too cumbersome. We take it out of the plastic. Oh. Okay, seems pretty sturdy. And ooh, I just opened it and all these lights. All right, that's really cool. So it just automatically works. If I do this, just to test how sturdy it feels. If I move it around a bit, there is a bit of shakiness, a little bit of noise as I move it around. The top does seem a little bit flimsy or plasticky. Generally, yes, it does feel like it's not the toughest of qualities, but again, you're not going to be throwing this around. The main part was that at least everything is compact in here. And this was something that I was curious about, because sometimes I shoot with iPhone. Would it allow me to plug in with iPhone? And there it is. There is my iPhone OTG adapter, which then plugs into, there's also a USB-C over here as well. So you can, oops, it's gone. Guys, it's disappeared. It's gone. And so you plug it in there and then USB-C. So if we take a look, here is the receiver, which is really cool because it actually monitors, and you can even determine if you want mono or stereo. So as you can see, it's got 1 and 2, shows you that they're there. Yeah, that's really awesome. And then on the side, your on-off button, decibel level, and here's your little clip. All right, that's really cool. And then your out. So if you want to plug it into a camera, so there's the receiver. Now here is transmitter. Now this is a really great size. That's quite small. If you look at that, that's smaller than I expected. It's nimble. You can easily clip onto anywhere. There is your magnet. Okay, this is a huge benefit. It's got a magnet here. So wow, that's really strong. So if you don't want to clip it onto anything, you put the magnet underneath your shirt and then it just connects like that. There is your USB-C. That is where the actual mic is itself. That's where your lavalier would go. If you do want to plug it through the lavalier, the on-off button, and that says set. I believe that allows you to determine if you want noise cancelling, which is a feature as well. And here is the other one. So here are your 2 little transmitters. Wow, they're really cute. And it just, look, if I look at the sturdiness, this is my initial reaction to this thing, so I've never actually seen it. A little bit plasticky, you know, but again, you're paying a quarter of the price of a competitor for something that potentially could do the same thing. And so, yeah, I'm pretty impressed by it. Apparently, there's 8 hours of battery life just in these themselves. And then the charging case gets you another 16 hours. So all in all, you should get 24 hours of a charge. Some other features are that at 200 meters distance, you can go from further away from it. It works on basically everything. You've got the, especially with this package, so it works across cameras, phones, and so on. The dB button, so apparently this dB here is decibel gain, and you can hold it down to switch between modes if you want mono or stereo and so on. And that wireless, that shows you how far you are. That's obviously your monitoring live, and it gives you your batteries as well. So 1 and 2, your 2 transmitters. Sorry. Yes, the other 2 transmitters, and in the middle is the battery of this itself. That's really cool. And then you can monitor here, on, off, decibel, and out. And there's your USB-C. Wow, that's exceptionally cool. So you can really do it all. And they're quite so little. If you look by comparison, here's the little adapter, and then next to it is the, receiver. It's a really good size. So overall, I'm pretty impressed with my initial thoughts. And that's pretty much the unboxing. Let's see what else, if there's anything interesting in this manual. Transmitter functions, receiver functions, display really shows you everything. Shows you how to pair them, installation, where it can go, shows you how to use it with a smartphone, built-in recording function. So one of the big parts of this is that it can actually record internally. If I'm not correct, there's a few gigs, I think 4 gigs of memory internally. So let's say for whatever reason your camera doesn't record it, the audio, or it just doesn't connect. This will actually record on the actual device itself, which is quite rare and just a good safe keep just in case something does happen. And I will go and test it out and see what it's like. Now, before I get into the testing and review, just so we can hear what it actually sounds like, I'm going to show you the audio right now is just going through the camera itself without any mic plugged in, just so you, as a point of comparison. So previously when I was doing the unboxing, I was using this. This is the Rode video mic. So this is plugs into the camera itself, and it's decent quality, but of course there's a cable. And now you've heard the Rode, which was before. Right now you're hearing me just going straight through the camera with no microphone, and then next to you will hear the Neewer, so we can compare. Okay, so now it's time to test this little bad boy. I am now using the audio from this, the Neewer CM28, and I'm just holding it right in front of me there so you can see what it's like. It's about 20-30 centimeters away from me. Now, I noticed that there are decibel level options. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to clip it onto my shirt, facing upwards, because this is what I feel most people would have in this situation, is they would have the mic attached to their shirt as such. So now I'm on decibel level 5, which is the highest. I'm going to put the gain on level 1. So there's 5 levels on it that you can change. So now we're on bar level 1. So I'm just going to talk into the microphone at bar level 1. So now we are on dB gain level 2. I'm just going to talk so you can figure out if this sounds good on dB level 2 out of the 5 levels that are on the receiver itself. Now we are on dB level 3, so you can determine if this audio is appropriate. Again, I'm doing this consistent so that every level is in the same position with the mic attached to my shirt right here. Now we are on dB level 4, which is essentially gain level 4 out of 5. On the receiver, it's just one button on the side where you just press dB and it goes up from 1 to 5 to determine if this is an appropriate level with the mic on my shirt here. Now we are on dB level 5, which is the highest level of gain that you can achieve through the receiver to see if it's appropriate while it sits on my shirt. So let's see what that's like. I'm going to review the footage and then figure out what the best level is before I provide more details and my thoughts. So looking back through the footage, I realized that the gain on level 3 or 4 is probably about right if you have the mic at a normal distance from yourself. What I realized is that we were not using noise cancelling that whole time. So what you see is there are 2 indicators here. The first one is just on or off, and the second one is actually your noise cancelling. So all you do is press this yellow button on the side that says set. So on the side you have on-off button and then a set. All you do is press it once and see how the second light has just turned on. That means we're now in noise cancelling mode. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to clip it to my shirt. I'm just going to talk a bit at gain level 4 to determine if it's appropriate. Actually, I can just hold it here. It's the same thing. So now I'm just talking into it so you can compare what it's like to have the noise cancelling on, potentially better, clearer audio without interference from the outside. So I've kept it at the level that I think is best in terms of the gain, which is at 3 or 4. You can put it a bit lower and then adjust it in post, but this is what it's like with the noise cancelling on. And what you can also do is if you hold the set button down for 2 or 3 seconds, it starts recording it internally. So I figured out that's how you actually get the internal recording done. So this is what I think is potentially optimum, but let me hear the audio and determine if it actually is. So again, this is me talking again on gain level 4 with no active noise cancelling, just so you can see what it's like and hear about it. Just me talking, saying random fluffy words. And we could probably do plosives, pillow, pet, penguin, plosives, because apparently P's make noises in microphones, so hopefully that helped you determine. And if I press the button, second light came on, now we have active noise cancelling on, so you can see a direct comparison. Is it worth it to have the noise cancelling on or off the noise isolation to figure out the difference? All right, now I have put the windscreen on top of it. It was really easy to put in. There's actually just a plastic clip that goes directly over the mic. So again, I'm recording using this microphone that I'm talking into right now. Noise cancelling is off. Having a listen of the footage, I feel like potentially for indoors, you don't need noise cancelling. It just does a bit too much work and it doesn't sound as good. So now I'm just doing this so you can hear what it's like with the windscreen on to determine if it's any better, potentially if the audio is a bit clearer. Again, we're on decibel level 4, so you can hear if this is useful. I have a feeling this might be the perfect sweet spot for indoor audio. So you could keep the windscreen on, put it on level 4, and you don't require the active noise cancelling. But I just thought I'd do a test so you can see what it's like with the windscreen on. Now that I have the windscreen on, I thought it would be great to test outside. So I'm going to test with noise cancelling on and off, and I'll also test the distance. I'm just going to go for a walk up the street, which you don't need to see, but I'll keep the recording going and we can see what it's like outdoor with the windscreen. So I'm just going to go for a walk. There are some cars and some wind, so we can figure out if this windscreen will stop the wind making some noise. There are some cars going by now, so let's see if we can determine them. It continues to record, and also I'm on decibel level 4 with the noise cancelling off. And I'm just about to turn noise cancelling on. Alright, so I put noise cancelling on. Let's see if that makes a difference as a car goes by right now. So a car just went by. I don't know if we heard that on the audio, but I am using, again, the same decibel level with the windscreen. There is a bit of wind. There are some cars going by. Any moment now, I can see one. Yep, let's see if we can hear it. And I'm about 20-30 meters, so I'm just going to start walking back and see what it's like afterwards. So I'm now walking back towards the camera. And that's my outdoor test. Now my final test is to test with the lavalier. So you just plug it directly into the top, that's literally it, and you're ready to go. And I really wanted the lavalier mic because of interviews and so on. It's great to have one of these. You could just clip this down in your pocket and then plug this just over here. So that's about the level that you'll be using for a lavalier mic, I imagine, if you do want to use it. Again, I am on decibel level 4. I've tested at levels 1 through 5. It just does the same thing with the normal microphone. It just adjusts the gain. That's all it really is. So I'm on gain level 4, so you can determine what the lavalier mic sounds like. So this is the lavalier. So it's not using the Neewer mic at all. Well, the lavalier is a Neewer, but it's plugged into the CM28 and it's going straight through this lavalier right here. So if you did have interviews or a situation where you wanted to plug it maybe underneath through your shirt and then put the lavalier mic, this could be a setting as well. And yeah, let's just see what it sounds like. I just pressed the noise cancelling button because I'm curious if it will do anything through the lavalier mic as well. I'm just going to talk for a little bit with noise cancelling supposedly on to determine if it does anything through the lavalier mic. So it looked like noise cancelling did make a slight difference. I'll just go through the gain levels so you can figure out maybe what the best setting is for the lavalier mic. So this is gain 1 bar in terms of the gain for the decibel levels when you hit the button on the receiver. This is level 2 to figure out if this perhaps is a better setting. For all of these settings, I have noise cancelling turned off because I believe noise cancelling is not as good internal or inside as opposed to being outside. Here is gain level 3 to figure out potentially if this is the one to use with the lavalier mic. It's still hooked up to my shirt right here. This is gain level 4 of the 5 levels, again with the lavalier mic. And this is gain level 5 with the lavalier mic to determine if this is the appropriate level. Now here's another fun little test. I purchased this online for like 10 bucks, just if you were to do interviews. So let's just see if it does anything. So this is the Neewer attached to this little stand. I'm going to put a foam windscreen on it. And so this is the setting. Let's say I'm doing an interview and I'm talking into the microphone like this. Let's see what this mic actually sounds like. Again, we're on gain level 4. We can adjust that accordingly, but let's say we're doing an interview and we want to go on the street, or for whatever reason, we can have this microphone like this. So let's figure, here's just another test. I'm trying to give you every possible scenario so you can determine if this microphone is right for you and to see that if it might be a possible solution and save you lots of money as opposed to going for a competitor. So here is me talking into the microphone as if it was an interview with this reporter's kind of holder thing. That's what it looks like as well. Now, before I give you my thoughts, my final thoughts and review, I thought I would just record directly with the microphone in the camera itself. So this is no microphones at all, just so you have a reset point so you can figure out the difference and hear it, just so we've used the microphones for the last X minutes, however long this video is. But here is me just talking directly into the phone camera with no microphones connected. So make of that what you will. And last but not least, this is me recording with the little Rode microphone here. So it should have a foam windscreen on it, but it doesn't. But anyway, so I've gone from the phone audio to this Rode wired, it's not wireless, it's got a cable. And then you can also assess it against the review of the Neewer CM28. So at least we have some point of comparison as well. Okay, so we've pretty much done every test. We have tested the microphone itself, all the different levels. I put the foam windscreen on it, and I've used the reporter's mic. We've done the lavalier mic. So make of it what you will. Listen to all the audio and determine if this product is for you. My favorite setting is around level 3 or 4. I know it does make the sound a little bit louder, but it means I just don't have to edit it in post, which is just one less thing, although you still want to tinker with it a little bit. Now, the quality itself, I would use noise cancelling outdoor. It does make a difference and cuts out that noise. It's actually quite impressive. These are my thoughts when you're going outside. And the foam windscreen is an absolute must. I think it's a pretty windy day when I went and tested it, and to be able to hear basically nothing around you, even cars that were going by, you could actually sense the difference from when you had noise cancelling on and off, and even when it wasn't on, it was still pretty impressive to cut out that noise, especially with the foam, with the little windscreen on it. So outdoor does a sensational job. I did test the distance after the video. Again, easily 100 plus meters with no issues whatsoever. Indoors also does a sensational job if you were to do a two-person interview and have two different mics on it. You can change the settings, you can put the noise cancelling on. I wouldn't use the noise cancelling inside, you just don't really need it if it's already quiet. The battery, I've tested it a few times over the last few weeks, and it's pretty decent. It holds up, and it can charge in the case twice as well. I don't think you'll ever be in a situation where you will run out of charge if your charging case is full, because that will give you 24 hours of charge just from that case. But overall, to have everything included, I think the lavalier mic has a good sound. You could potentially use it in a different scenario, but to have the option for it, you can plug in the lavalier mic if you wanted to. You can use it just like this. I'm just holding it up near my shirt. You can connect it to your shirt, use the magnet. I think the magnet is a real benefit to actually have that be able to attach anywhere so you don't have to. And also the internal recording, to be able to record internally, change from mono to stereo, and also be able to view. So just for notice, I recorded these with the iPhone adapter because I really wanted to see how it would perform on the iPhone. So the camera uses that 3.5mm camera cable as well, but the iPhone works perfectly. Similar for Android, USB-C, it comes with the adapter. I just thought I had to get the full package that had everything included, which you would pay a lot more money for to get with other competitors. It's a real big price difference, and it gets the job done. I think that's what I've realized for it. It's a huge jump up from those tiny little mics that don't really have the best quality, but this one, it is a really impressive microphone for the money you're paying for, and to be completely wireless and to have all those features. So all in all, I think it's a brilliant microphone. I'll leave a link down below if you wanted to get it from Amazon, where there are lots of sales. That'll help me out. I think I get a little bit of a kickback from them, so feel free to grab it. I think if you don't want to fork out money for the DJI Mic or the Rode Wireless Go, this is an incredible option. And I think for what it does, there's not really much can come close to it, especially for the money you're paying. So that's my extensive unbox and review of this microphone that I do recommend. So go free, go wild if you do want to buy one of these. Stay tuned for more videos. There's plenty more coming, and let me know down below what you think of this microphone. If you have a competitor microphone, your experiences with it, if I got something wrong, which is likely, or also if you want other products that you want me to review, I'll be happy to look into it. So thanks for staying. If you've made it this far, I really appreciate it, and we'll see you in the next video.